Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. So today we're going to continue with chapter 7. So last class kita dah tengok what is incremental benefit. Now kita nak tengok approaches to measure the benefits. So this is based on general classification introduced by Smith and Crutila in 1982. Right, so the approaches are actually introduced by the Smith and Crutila, which bases the various measurement technique into two broad categories. So there are two categories of to measure the benefits: physical linkage approach and also behavioral linkage approach. Ada dua. Yeah, so the first one is physical linkage approach. So what is physical linkage approach? Use some tangible attribute of environment to make a connection to an individual through which benefits can be observed or inferred and subsequently valued, which means dia tengok benda yang boleh kita lihat, kita boleh touch. Ya, kita boleh lihat, kita boleh pegang, kita boleh observe, kita boleh infer, and kita boleh put value on the measurement lah. Ya. So this approach measure benefit based on the technical relationship. Yeah, technical relationship between environmental resources and the user of that resource. Yeah. So under this approach, we will use estimation procedure, which we call as the damage function method. Yeah, damage function method. So this method uses a functional relationship between the functional relationship to capture the link, to capture the relationship between contaminant and any other damages. So dia nak tengok hubungan antara satu damages ataupun satu apa kita kata tu kerosakan, kerosakan dengan kerosakan yang lain. Okay, so based on this function, incremental benefit are measured on the reduction of this damage. So kita nak measure this, kita nak tengok reduction of the damage lah. So the reduction of the damage due to the policy-induced decrease in contaminant. So when reduce in damage, maknanya contaminant tadi tu dah reduce, right? So bila macam tu, environmental health pun akan meningkat lah. Jadi environmental benefit akan meningkat. So the second one is behavioral linkage approach. So this is approach which quantifying benefit, based upon observations of behavior in actual markets or survey responses about hypothetical markets for environmental goods. So dia based on approach yang mengenai sesuatu yang actual, sesuatu yang berlaku secara apa kita kata tu, reality lah, actual. So dengan cara apa? Kita buat survey respon, kita cari, kita gunakan hypothetical methods and so on to measure the benefits. Okay. It deals with how closely the behavior or responses are linked to the environmental good. So macam mana how the response of people towards the environmental good yang kita dapat daripada result yang dapat dari survey dan daripada apa saja method survey apa yang kita dah dapat itu, data itu yang kita dah dapat, kita akan link dengan environmental good. So under behavioral linkage approach, there are two methods. We call it as the first, what we call it as direct method, and also the second one is indirect method. So what is direct method? Direct method are technique that assess response immediately to the environmental changes. Right, so itu yang kita kata direct, the response to the environmental changes directly or immediately. And there are two types of direct method. The first one is the political referendum method. So the political referendum method rely on the actual market information. The second one is contingent valuation method, CVM. Contingent valuation method, CVM, uses hypothetical market data. So most of the researcher dia memang suka kepada CVM untuk kumpul data untuk buat dia punya research. Yeah. Alright, so what is indirect method? Indirect method examine responses not about environmental good itself, but about some set market condition related to it. So dia bukan tengok kepada environmental good semata-mata, so dia tengok kepada some set of market condition lah. Yeah. So 3 example of indirect method. The first one is averting expenditure method, AEM, averting expenditure method, AEM. The second one is travel cost method, TCM, travel cost method, TCM. And the third one is hedonic price method, HPM. Okay. So today kita hanya akan tengok physical linkage method yang damage method tadi tu. Then the second one kita akan tengok the CVM lah ini untuk behavioral approach, direct method sahaja untuk dia punya kelas.